He always heard the clock before the whistle. It was a sound only he noticed. The scrape of studs slowing, lungs burning, the crowd inhaling as one. Somewhere above the stadium lights, time leaned forward and whispered, "Now." Victor Valdes stood on his line in the 89th minute. Gloves damp, heart steady in that strange way it only became when disaster felt inevitable. They were winning 1-0. They were always winning. And he was a goalkeeper cursed to concede late goals. It had started years ago, when he was playing for Barcelona FC. Back when people still called him the future, his debut clean sheet shattered in stoppage time by a deflected shot, then another 90+2, then another 89-47. Commentators called it coincidence. Fans called it nerves. By the 5th time, they stopped calling him anything at all. Clubs began to whisper. Coaches stopped trusting. Teammates avoided eye contact in the dying minutes, as if his curse were contagious. Victor trained harder than anyone. Reaction drills, penalty studies, meditation, sports psychologists, but the endings never changed. A slip, a rebound, a hand just a fraction late. The scoreboard always told the same joke at his expense. He became a keeper of almost a hero, almost a clean sheet, almost enough. Now he was 32, playing for Manchester United FC. Shorts Red Devils, a club that lived on the edge of qualifying for Champions League and hoped to win the Premier League. They knew about his past. Everyone did, but their coach, old Louis van Gaal, had watched Victor Valdes train in silence for months before saying only one thing: curses survive on fear. Victor Valdes wasn't sure he believed that. Fear felt like the only honest thing left. The match mattered more than most. Win. And Manchester United FC stayed up. Lose or draw. And they went down. The crowd was a wall of noise and prayer. Victor Valdes' calves ached. His mind screamed numbers. The opposition pressed like wolves smelling blood. A cross whipped and cleared. A shot. Blocked corner. Victor Valdes wiped his gloves on his shorts. Breathing slow, deliberate, he thought of every late goal he'd conceded. He thought of every headline. He thought of the word inevitable. The corner came high and vicious. He moved before thinking, not backward, not cautious, but forward, through bodies, through doubt. He leapt with a shout that tore from somewhere deeper. Then his throat and punched the ball clear with both fists. The stadium gasped. The rebound fell to an attacker at the edge of the box. A clean strike dot, low dot hard. Inside the post, Victor Valdes dove. For a split second, time bent. The old story reached for him. The curse waited, patient as ever. But Victor Valdes didn't try to be perfect. He tried to be present. His hand met the ball not clean, not pretty, but enough. It deflected off his palm, kissed the post, and spun wide. Silence crashed into sound. Nina type loosen, 9 type less to. The final whistle cut the air like a blessing. Victor Valdes stayed on the ground, chest heaving, staring at the sky as if it might finally explain itself. Teammates piled on him. Fans screamed. His name, not in fear, not in warning, but in gratitude. Later, in the quiet of the locker room, Coach Louis van Gaal sat beside him. "You know," the old man said, "the curse didn't break tonight." Victor Valdes' heart dipped. "You did." Louis van Gaal finished. "You stopped waiting for it." Victor Valdes smiled small, tired, real. Maybe tomorrow the whispers would return. Maybe somewhere down the line, time would test him again. Football always did. But tonight, when the clock leaned forward and whispered now, Victor Valdes answered. And for the first time, the ending listened.